Welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to unlock a secret toolkit that's already built right into your operating system. Seriously, forget calling for help. We're about to give you the keys to become your very own tech support. You know, every click, every program that runs, every single error message, it's all part of a conversation. Most of us, we just hear noise, right? But what if you could actually understand the language your computer is speaking? It's time to go beyond just being a user and start thinking like a technician.
So let's treat this like a detective agency. We're going to tackle 3 super common cases, everything from a dead internet connection to a system that won't even start. And we're only going to use the tools your computer already has. Okay, let's get started with maybe the most frequent mystery of all.
All right, let's dive into our first case. It's a classic. I am sure you've been there. The dreaded, sudden, hey, my internet's down moment. Now, the first instinct for pretty much everyone is to blame their internet provider. But a real detective, they start the investigation a little closer to home.
See, a pro technician doesn't just guess, they test everything logically, step by step. It's all about isolation. Is the problem your computer? Is it your router? Or is it truly the connection to the outside world? We're going to start from the inside and just work our way out.
What's so great about this 3-step test is that it's the exact diagnostic path a technician would follow. So step 1, pinging 127.0.0.1, that's just your computer talking to itself to make sure its own network card is working. If that works, you move to step 2, can you talk to your router, the gateway to your home network. If both of those pass, then you do the final ping out to the wider internet. If it fails right here on step 3, then you can start pointing fingers at your ISP. These 4 commands right here are the absolute bedrock of network troubleshooting. Think of ipconfig like looking at your computer's network ID card. Ping is basically just shouting hello into the void and seeing if you get an answer back. Tracert is super cool. It shows you the exact path, router by router, your data takes across the internet. And netstat, well, that's like looking at your computer's call log, showing every single connection it's making right now. Okay, let's move on to our next case. We're tackling that infuriatingly common problem, the never-ending loading wheel, the system that just feels like it's running through molasses. When your computer slows to a crawl, it's almost always because something, somewhere, is hogging all the resources. So the crucial thing here is knowing which tool to use and when. Think of Task Manager as your emergency room doctor. It gives you a live, right-this-second snapshot of what's going on. Performance Monitor, on the other hand, is your long-term specialist. It logs data over hours or even days to find those sneaky, intermittent problems that always seem to vanish when you're looking for them. And this is pretty much exactly what you'd see. You just pop open the Task Manager, go to the Processes tab, and boom, you can solve the case in seconds. All you have to do is sort by CPU or memory usage, and the culprit usually just jumps right to the top. And in this case, yeah, mysteriousApp.exe is clearly our villain. Look at that. It's eating almost all of the processing power. Now, when you need that deep dive with Performance Monitor, these are the vital signs of your computer's health. Think of it this way. A high percent processor time means your computer is in a constant sprint, and it can't keep that up. High percent disk time means your storage just can't keep up with the demand. Low available bytes is like running out of desk space to work on. And a high pages per sec, well, that means your system is constantly shuffling data between your fast RAM and your slow hard drive, which is a massive cause of slowdowns. All right, time for our final and most critical case. What do you do when things go seriously wrong? I'm talking the computer won't boot or it just crashes out of nowhere. This is the point where most people give up, but your operating system has this powerful emergency room hidden away just for this. Ah yes, the most feared screen in all of Windows. But here's the secret. It's not a death sentence. It's actually a clue. The system has stopped itself to prevent any more damage, and that blue screen, it's literally handing you the case file. You should think of a BSOD as your computer pulling the emergency brake. Something is so critically wrong, usually a bad piece of software called a driver or failing hardware, that if it kept going, it could corrupt all your data. So your job as the detective is to look at that stop error code on the screen and start your investigation right there. So these tools, which you can get to from the Windows recovery environment, this is your primary repair crew for a catastrophic failure. Safe Mood boots up Windows with only the bare essentials, which helps you isolate what's causing the problem. SFC is like a medic for your core system files, and Check Disk is the repair crew for your hard drive itself. But Bootrec, That's the hero you call when the system won't even begin to load. Now, this is a super crucial takeaway. BootRec isn't just one tool. It's like a whole team of specialists for the most terrifying boot errors. If the master boot record, the very first thing your computer reads, is broken, you use /fix MBR. If you see that dreaded missing boot MGR message, /fixboot is your command. And when the system just plain can't find Windows at all, /rebuild BCD can rebuild the map that points right to it.
So there we have it. We've solved 3 major cases. And in the process, you haven't just learned a few random commands. You've actually assembled a powerful diagnostic toolkit that was there the whole time, just hiding right beneath the surface. Ping, ipconfig, task manager, SFC, bootrec. These aren't just abstract text you type. They are the keys that unlock a real understanding of how your computer works, how it breaks, and most importantly, how you can fix it. You now have the power to diagnose problems and actually take control. Thanks so much for joining this explainer. The next time you hit an error, don't just get frustrated. Pop open the command prompt or the task manager. Your computer is telling you exactly what's wrong. Start exploring these tools, and I promise you'll be amazed at what you can understand and solve, all on your own.